Okay, we'll start. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita, and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So here, as we see, Advaitamrita Varshini, Bhagavad Gita, this Gita means song of Bhagavan, the Lord. So what it is being? It is showering down the nectar of Advaita, non-duality. But what happens? We see duality, and it is our normal perception. There, the teachers say that nobody needs to preach that there is duality. A child can understand. But then what is that which is being taught? Even in normal sciences also, it is to find the relationship. First we see many, then we find relationships between that, between the things, and then what unifies. See, in physics also we see. First they see everything, and then they try to figure out what are these. Then something is organic, some is inorganic, and then organic, how it is, what is the basis. Then they find atom, then gradually they try to find out the unity behind the diversity. So, though it looks like everything is diverse, but what is that reality? That is to be discovered, which unifies everything. So apparently we are sitting separately, but we are sitting on the same ground, on the same floor, and on the same earth. So it is unity that is underlying. And that unity is the basis of ourselves also. That is the main point. In previous chapter, Bhagavan said, Kshetragyam chapi maam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Know for certain that I am the knower of all fields. So there are two things are discovered or is discussed. One is kshetragya, one is kshetra. Kshetra means field. So we have different fields, as it were. This body-mind complex is field. But knower of that field is the same. kshetragyam chapimam viddhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. So this chapter and the previous chapter also to give the knowledge of that unity which is all pervading, which is the basis of our existence. So here in this 14th chapter, Bhagavan gives the same knowledge with a different aspect or different attitude. What is that attitude? The action. Here not only feel, but we see things are active. Some are, of course, we see they are not active as such. But if you dive deep within, then you will see tremendous function is going on. Say apparently all these physical objects, it looks like nothing is moving. But go to atomic level, then you will understand tremendous speed, and also the things are changing in a vigorous way. So here this aspect is Triguna. Why Triguna is important? Triguna means three gunas. Guna is not qualities. Gunas are binding forces that binds us with this world. So, what are the three gunas? As we know, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Why it is important? When we see three gunas, then we will try to find out what is the basis of it. What is the source of it? And that is why in the second chapter Bhagavan said, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Even the Vedas, whatever is to be known or knowable, all are with three gunas, three binding forces. Trigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Therefore, go beyond all the gunas. So, see like this. We see a car is plying on the road. So that denotes movement. The car is moving. We see the movement, but we don't see the dormant road underneath. So when we see movement, then we have to find out what is that which is not moving. So three gunas, we see ourselves bound here. And we have sometimes sattvic qualities, like enlightening qualities. And sometimes it is very active. And sometimes it is dormant, or it is all the time it is inactivity. So, what is the source of it? When we see movement, then it is natural to find out what is that which does not move. So, this is the aspect here that Bhagavan will discuss. So, let us go to the text first and then we'll come up this. So, blessed Lord said, again I shall tell thee that supreme knowledge, which is above all knowledge. In the beginning of any chapter or for any scripture, we see some praise. It is to encourage a student to know that what is that, what we are going to study, so that the interest of student is attained, or the attention is gathered. So param bhuyaha, this is supreme. Bhuyaha, again I'll tell. Pravakshami, the first sloka. Param bhuya pravakshami jnananam jnanamuttamam. It is not ordinary knowledge. It is very high knowledge, supreme knowledge. Jnananam jnanamuttamam. Yas jnatva munayaha sarve. Knowing this, munayaha means mananshila, those who are thinking people, not ordinary people. Those who have outgrown this ordinary aspect of living. Rather, they are contemplative to find out what is the reason, why we are here, why it is that we are suffering, what is the source of everything. So such people who try to discover the truth, such people, Munayaha, Param Sarve Paraha Param Siddhi Mito Gataha. So, knowing this, such people have gone and they have attained knowledge and Siddhi, perfection. Again, I shall tell thee that supreme knowledge, which is above all knowledge, having known which all the Munis have attained to high perfection after this life. So after this life, why not in this life? Here also. But after this life, yes, because then one is totally unentangled. Now we go to the next. We have already done, but just we are starting, so in the beginning it is good. Idam jnanam upasrit. Again, this is the praise of knowledge. They who, having devoted themselves to this knowledge, have attained to my being. It's not ordinary knowledge. If someone gets this knowledge, then he attains to my status. It's not ordinary knowledge. Idam mama sadharmam agata. Sadharma means whatever dharma I have, whatever nature I have, he attains to that nature. Idam jnanam upasritya mama sadharmam agata sarge upi nopajayante pralayena vetanti cha. Sarga means creation. So, and pralaya means absorption. They who, having devoted themselves to this knowledge, have attained to my being, are neither born at the time of creation, nor are they troubled at the time of dissolution. So they are untouched by nature. We have two things. One is called Prakriti, one is Purusha. It is Sankhya. According to Sankhya, there are two entities. One is Prakriti and Purusha. Purusha is independent. And Prakriti is dependent on Purusha, according to Vedanta. So, here it will be discussed. Mama yonir bhat brahma tasmin garbham dadamyam. So, Prakriti and Purusha. According to Sankhya, these are two parallel entities. But according to Vedanta, the Purusha alone existing, but Purusha sometimes acts as Prakriti when he wants to enjoy. Ekoham bahusyama prajayaya. I am alone. Let me be many so that I can enjoy. Ekoham bahusyama prajayaya. So this is a very tricky thing to understand. But this happens in our lives also. Like a person is sitting idle. And then all of a sudden he thinks, okay, let me paint something, or let me write a poem, or let me do some gardening. So nobody instructed him, but he gets that inspiration. Or he wants to be many, as a gardener, he would like to be, all the plants and vegetables and play with it. An artist would be like to color various color, want to paint something and want to be many. So this tendency also we can find within ourselves. Similarly, this creation, how this creation has come, and what is that source, who is creating? So this is the fundamental question. So Bhagavan says, Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbham dadamyam. So garbha means the Mahat, Mahat, it's like this. Ajnana. Okay, what happens? Say, how this concept of duality comes? When there is nothing, we are non-dual. Say, like in deep sleep, we are non-dual. But something happens, because of that we wake up, and then we see this world, then we move around here. So something is there. What is there, we cannot understand from this standpoint, because already we are product of this. We are in the domain of that which we want to understand. We cannot understand. That's why it is called ajnana. Ajnana means ignorance. So because of ignorance, then comes this mahat. What is mahat? We can take an example. Like we are awake now. We see so many things and so many people, so many creatures. Then we go to sleep. There also we have dream world. Many creatures, many say being we can see in the dream. But then everything subsides. Where everything absorbed, that state is called mahat. Because from there again it springs up. Say in the morning, before waking up, we were in a state. Then all of a sudden, then we wake up. So from the state where we wake up, that state is called mahat. So ajnana, mahat, and this pancha, 5 elements, pancha mahabhuta, and then combination of this mahabhuta is this whole world. Combination and recombination, we call panchikaranam. Panchikaranam means, say 5 bhutas are there, 5 pancha mahabhuta. So any one half of that, and 1/8, that means one half. Even 4/8 means half. One, whatever the akasha tattva. Akasha tattva half, and akasha, and then vayu. Vayu means air, fire, water, and earth. 1/8. So 4/8, that means half. So then this grossification happens. That's called panchikaranam. So mahat means where everything absorbs and everything springs from there. So here Bhagavan says, mama yonihi. Yoni means Mahat, that supreme absorpting state, where everything is merged, or where from everything springs up. Mama yoni, my is the great Prakriti. So what is that? What is that Mahat? Actually it is the creating mode of Prakriti. Again, Prakriti, is Prakriti different from the Supreme Being? No. It is the same Purusha depicts as Prakriti. Like in our scripture we have concept of Ardha Narishwar. Ardha Narishwar means half male, half female. So Shiva appears as half Shiva, half Parvati. So Ardha Narishwar. Similarly we see Vishnu and Lakshmi. Similarly we see Brahma and Saraswati. They are not two separate entities, but it is one. When it is in creating mood, then as if the same person becomes the same, not person, same entity becomes female and then creates. So this is Purusha and Prakriti. So Purusha is, that means Purishayanat Purnatvatva. That means who is residing in this city of 9 gates. And Prakriti, that means whatever nature. So Prakriti is the power of the same Supreme Being. When he wants to create, then he invokes Prakriti. It's like an artist. Artist has skill in art. So he creates that, he invokes that power, and then he creates. So similarly, this creation happens. So Purusha invoke Prakriti, and Prakriti, when it is in creating mood, and another name of that is called Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha. From Hiran, that is like golden. From there, everything is springing up. So when we are in creating mood, so that we can relate like that. So here Bhagavan says, let me repeat the second one. They who, having devoted themselves to this knowledge, have attained to my being. Why my being? Now, Ishvara and Jiva. Actually, these are not too different. Ishvara, when he wants to create, it's like a guni. Karanam gunaha karye anuvartante. So whatever Ishvara Prakriti, Ishvara nature, whatever Ishvara nature is, same thing comes to Jiva. So same Prakriti. Whatever cause is there, the effect must be according to the cause. So Karana means cause must come to the effect. Karana gunaha karye anuvartante. So Ishvara and Jiva, in fact, it is the same thing when it is multiplied or it is collective. Like we can see another way. One individual tree and the collective forest. When it is individual, we call it Jiva. When it is collective, then we say Ishvara. So, Mama Sadharma Magartha means that Jiva transcends its Jivatta and he attains my being. So, Jiva and Ishvara. Ishvara is collective being, so he, after knowing this, he attains to my being. That means he attains to that in which the collective nature comes. It's like individual water and collective ocean. A drop of water or whatever flows by the river, and when it enters into the ocean, then it becomes ocean. So, this is the same thing. They who, having devoted themselves to this knowledge, have attained to my being, are neither born at the time of creation, nor are they troubled at the time of dissolution. Why? Because by that time he has attained to my state. Then he is no more deteriorating. Now comes the third one. My is the great Prakriti. So Prakriti again. What is Prakriti? Prakriti is the power of the Supreme Self. Power of Prakriti, power of, we can say, Brahma. Mama Yonit, or Ishvara, power of Ishvara. When he is creating, preserving, and destroying, he has that power. Like a magician, when he is not doing anything, so we can relate him to Brahman, but when he is creating, he is in creating mood, we call him Ishvara or God. And then he is creating. So, my is the great Prakriti. In that I place the germ. Germ means here what? The reflected consciousness. Reflected consciousness means Chidabhasa. See, you are seeing me. How you are seeing me? You are seeing me because the light is falling on me. Similarly, creation happens when Chit Abhasa. The chit means awareness consciousness. When it falls on something, then it is created. Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness. So here, Mama Yonir Mahad Brahma Tasmin Garam Sambhava Sarvabhutanam Tato. So what I do? I give the seed of creation in the womb of Prakriti. So in a physical world we see man, woman, and the child is born. So similarly, Chit Abhasa, when it is the awareness consciousness is given to the Prakriti, then only creation happens. See, again, let us take the artist example. What happens? His or her creating power expresses itself through various colors. So, similar thing happens here. My is the great Prakriti. In that I place the germ. So, what is that Prakriti? Prakriti we call ignorance also, or Ajnana. Ajnana, Prakriti, and various names are there. So, for different aspect we call different names. So here Prakriti is the power of the Supreme Being. In that I place the germ. What is germ? Chit Abhasa, Chidabhasa, reflected awareness. From thence I descend, O descendant of Bharata, is the birth of all beings. Then comes all beings. Why? Because Shakti, power, and Shaktiman, the possessor of power. Who is Shaktiman? Shaktiman is the Supreme Being, Lord Himself, God Himself. And He gives the seed. What is the seed? Awareness, consciousness, reflected. It's not in reality. See, it is only reflecting. Light is only reflecting, and that's enough. And it's not the whole awareness consciousness, only a part of it. And then creation happens. So same thing here. So Sambhava Sarvabhutanam Tato Bhavati. Then only all the creation happens. When I put my attention, for any creation this is right. A carpenter, when he puts his attention, then a wood becomes a chair or a table. When a software person puts his attention, then only so many things, say computer is running. Even we are online and the things are being streamlined. So all this is because of attention or awareness or consciousness. So when we put our awareness consciousness, then only this happens. We go to the next, fourth. Sarva yonishu konteya murtaya sambhavantiya tasam brahma mahat yoni aham bija pradah pita. So, whatever forms are produced. Again, form why? Because artist, that's easier to understand. Whatever form, what is that form? It is the artist himself or herself is putting there. So whatever forms are produced, O son of Kunti, in all the wombs, the great Prakriti is their womb, and I, the seed-giving father. So awareness consciousness is the father, that unifying existence is the father, and his creative mood is the mother. So everywhere we see it is father, mother. Even say for instance, like marriage happens. A boy is alone and she finds no fun. So to increase the fun, he goes and marries. And then fun starts. So actually the fun is also here. Okay. whenever whatever forms are produced. So because of that, the whole thing, series of things happen. And what is the cause? Oh, I am alone, let me be many. So he goes and marries, and then boom. Okay, we go forward. Why this happens? It happens because of attachment. A person is detached, then comes he gets entangled, and then creation starts. So, that entanglement, how can we understand that entanglement? So, it has three aspects. One is it gives some joy, it gives some knowledge, it gives some enjoyment. Second, it also gives some activities. Things are happening, things are moving. So we get that joy also. And that joy also, it binds us there. And sometimes it's inert, not moving. That also gives a kind of joy. So this, when a person is entangled, then all three kinds of aberration happens. And that happens, then we call it creation. Even for everything you can find this state. One is illuminating or it is revealing. One is activity, and one is dormant or indolent or not moving state. In everything. Say a car is moving. So one part is active, but starting point it was like dead, but then some spark happens and then it starts moving. In the screen also you can find. What is this screen that we see? Millions of points are there which is blinking. On, off, on, off. So one is on, the bright light, off, no light, or dormant state. We cannot say nothing is there. And then in between that activity. For this also, we can find the same thing, sattva, rajas and tamas. Now, if we are attached with it, then we are entangled. And then we are bound. Why we are discuss this? We are to discuss this because if we know the entanglement, then we can easily detach ourselves. It is like clutch. When you are driving, just press the clutch and then it's free. It's not the power of engine is not transferred to its wheels. So anyway, we go forward. Whatever forms are produced, O son of Kunti, in all the great Prakriti is their and I, the seed-giving father. Now again, now let us think, individual things are happening. Now Sri Krishna is saying, whatever individual things are happening, just think that it's Prakriti. And whatever is happening because of giving seed by me, so I am the father, I am the source, I am the originator. And Prakriti is displaying that. Prakriti is again, it's my alter ego, my reflected entity. It's my power. In Bhagwad Gita, Bhagavan said that I am, Prakriti is my power. There Bhagavan said, the shloka is not coming to me. Anyway, so it is my power. Mameva ye prapaddante mayametam tarantidhe. Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya duratya. He said, this is Daivi, divine. What is divine? This Maya or Prakriti. Mama Maya. It's my Prakriti, my Maya, my power. Mama Maya, Mama Maya, Mameva ye prapaddante Mayamitam tarantite. Daivi hi esha gunamai. This is divine. This power is divine. Divine means it's my being. Mama Maya, Daivi Hesha Gunamai, Trigunatmika. Because whatever is happening, it's all like a movement, all say expression of three gunas, three binding powers. So Daivi Hesha Gunamai, Mama Maya Duratta, it is very difficult to go across. Only those who take refuge at me can cross it. You know, when you are seeing the magic, you won't understand why it is happening. You can understand only if you ask the magician, "Sir, can you explain how this is happening?" Then he will explain. And say, Sri Ramakrishna gave a wonderful example. You know, that time train used to have guard. So they would carry a lantern. Through that he would see everybody. But nobody could see the guard.
It's a bullseye like this.
Yeah, like this.
Without the front.
Bullseyes. So we could see the guard only if we pray to God. Dear sir, can you please put your light on your face so that we can see? So, Mameva ye prapaddante, those who take refuge at me, they alone can go across. Because otherwise magic is very difficult to understand. How this is happening? You know, very, very quickly they do. But if you take refuge with them, then you'll understand, oh, it's nothing. So it's like that. Okay. Sattvam rajastama iti gunaha prakriti sambhava. Now this, guys, in prakriti, this is there, three gunas. Nivaddanti mahabaho dehe dehinam abhyayam. Sattva, rajas and tamas. These are three gunas, O mighty armed, born of prakriti. Bind fast in the body the indestructible embodied one. Indestructible. Why? Because you are my being. All the jivas, everything is my reflected entity. What is my reflected entity? Same awareness consciousness. So same awareness consciousness, what Ishvara is having, we are having the same awareness consciousness. But when we take refuge, when we take shelter at his feet, then this is nothing. Then this reveals that it has no power to bind us. So, sattva, rajas and tamas. By this prakriti binds us. You know, what is that? Our desire to enjoy. Then we do something. Then we are bound. And sometimes we get a little of that reflection and we enjoy. We say, wonderful. This is unparalleled. So, sattva, rajas and tamas. Now, Bhagavan will go in details what he meant by that. So, he said, sattva, rajas and tamas, these gunas, O mighty armed, born of prakriti, bind fast in the body the indestructible embodied one. Indestructible. So, embodied, but it is indestructible. It is awareness consciousness. Though body can die, but this cannot die. As in the beginning, Bhagavan says in the second chapter, so he said that Nainam chindanti shastrani nainam dahati pavakha na chainam kledayanti apa na shoshayati martha achchedvayam adajyam akledva ashoshevacha nitya sarvagata sthanu achaloyam sanatana. This is nitya, eternal, sarvagata, all pervading, achala, unmoving, sanatana, it is eternal. So there is no destruction. This is our real self. This is the self of Lord also. So when we can disentangle ourselves from the attachment of this world, we are the same thing. And that is what mama sadharmam agata. That means he attains to my being. It's all the time there. Never that it disappears from us. But somehow we want to enjoy the Prakriti and we are entangled. Okay, so we go to that. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, these gunas, O mighty armed, born of Prakriti, bind fast in the body the indestructible embodied one. Indestructible. So anyway, we go forward. Just now we have quoted that nothing can destroy this. This is nitya sarvagata sthanu achaloyam sanatah. So this is our real nature. Now, how it is bound? Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat. Sattva guna, as Sri Ramakrishna's example. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. These are three robbers. They rob us. And they cannot release us from this bondage. But all three dacoits, they cannot come to the light because they are afraid of police, because they are robbers. So what Tamas wants to do? He wants to kill. Now we have robbed him, what is the use of keeping him? Kill him. Finish. So that is not evidence. He will not produce any evidence. The second one says, no. What is the necessity of killing someone? Let us bind him. So he binds. But then Sattva comes and says, oh my brother, you are hurt. So okay, I am releasing. And see there, this is the way. You can go to your home. Then the person says that, sir, you are so kind to me, so please come along with me. Then he says, no, I cannot go because I am also a robber. So, all three are robbers. How they rob? Now this is being said here. Of this sattva, because of its stainlessness, luminous, and free from evil, binds, O sinless one, by attachment to happiness and by attachment to knowledge. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakam. It illumines. Like when we read a book, beautiful book, we like it. And we get a little joy. So that is the source of our binding. Bondage, source of bondage. What is that source? The liking. So many things we like. Oh, beautiful face. Oh, beautiful rose. Oh, wonderful smell. Beautiful song. Though it is beautiful, but we are bound already. Why? Because of its brightness. Because of it illumines a part of it. Tatra sattvam nirmalatva. Nirmala means without blemish. It, say like a light. When it's light, we are happy. And when there is darkness, we are miserable. So nirmalatvat. Nirmala means without blemish or its luminousness, stainlessness. And prakashakam. Prakasha means it illumines. And when we read a good book, then we get illumined. So if we are entangled there, that's also a bondage. Is it bad to study good things? No. Because that shows the way. You see, that's the road. If you follow this, then you'll reach your goal. So that's why we should cultivate this. And Bhagavan will say how the tamas can be overcome by rajas and rajas can be overcome by sattva. He will tell that. So this is the way to find out our real identity. What is our real identity? The nature of Godhood. My nature. Mamo sadhar mamagata. Okay. Of this sattva, because of the stainlessness, luminous and free from evil, binds, O sinless one, by attachment to happiness and by attachment to knowledge. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakam anamayam. Not totally sinless, totally stainless. But this is a kind of, it emits some stainlessness within the Prakriti. So we take as if it is real and then we are attached with it. Sukha sangena bandhan, because that gladness, the happiness that we get. When I see a beautiful rose, wonderful, beautiful, beautiful. Swamiji, beautiful. Yes, beautiful. But not to be get entangled. Sukha sangena. And then we feel joy. Sukha sangena bandhati jnana sangena. And also we get some influence. We get, like when we get a little knowledge, we feel, oh, I know so much. That is also binding. So one should be aware of that. So this is sattva. Now rajas. Rajo ragatmakam viddhi. Raga, ranj. Ranj means staining. It colors our mind. So raja means it colors. So if something is good and if I am attached, then the next stage comes. How can I get it? A diamond. Oh, I like it. Very nice. Now how can I get it? So this is now trouble starts. Then he tries to, I beg, borrow or burgle and whatever. I mean, he goes to get that money so that he can get the diamond. So first liking, and then comes all these things. Avidya kama karma. First, when we are enchanted. When we are enchanted, we like it. Then comes desire. Then comes action. Avidya, kama, karma. And then we are totally bound. And Prakriti will all the time allure us, try to tempt us. You see, this is so nice. You'll miss it. You don't know what you are missing. And then we are allured, and then comes avidya. From avidya means that blurry state of our mind when we get entangled. Avidya. Kama, then comes desire, then comes karma, then comes all the activities. So here, after discovering, oh, it's beautiful, so let me have it, then comes karma. That means rajo ragatmakam viddhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tanni bandhati konteya karma sangena dehina. No rajas to be of the nature of passion, giving rise to thirst and attachment. It binds fast, O son of Kunti, the embodied one, by attachment to action. So then comes action. So when we see, if we are witness, we are saved. If we like it, then we are entangled. Next comes how to attain it. Then we are enmeshed. And then comes total attachment, total involvement. So, Rajo Ragatmakam Viddhi, Ranj, it colors our mind. Trishna, and when it colors our mind, then what happens? Desire comes, Trishna, Tanha. As Buddhists say, tanha, trishna. Trishna means absence, feeling absence of it. So it is so nice, it should be with me. Though what happens, most of the things, if you analyze in your home, most of the things are never touched again. then they hire a space, and they write very nicely, 1 month free. So the last month is free. So we dump our houses with lots of rubbishes. In the beginning, when we go to any shopping mall, we see from window, then we say, oh, beautiful, nice, let me have it. And then we have it, and then we bring home, then we forget about it. And of course, the advertisers, they know our mentality. So they will give a wonderful caption so that we are attracted, and then we buy it. They will get money, of course. So that colors our mind. No rajas to be of nature of passion, giving rise to thirst. So Trishna, Sang. Sang means attachment. Trishna, when attached, then comes desire to have it. Tanni bandhati. Then this way it binds us. Tanni bandhati konte karma sangane. How they bind? With action. So rajas. Then all action happens. Okay, we go to the next. Tasmat ajnanajam viddhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadalasya nidrabhi tannibannati bharat. And no tamas to be born of ignorance. Tamas, ignorance. Like when the entanglement is so gross that we lose our power of thinking, power of discrimination, then we are totally entangled. And then we want to be where we are. We are sleeping and we find a little joy there also. We don't want to get up and we are totally entangled. So, and no tamas to be born of ignorance. All, rajas and tamas, rajas and sattva also, it is power of ignorance. Prakriti, what is Prakriti? Ignorance. But there, a tinge of reflected consciousness is available. In activity also there is some, but in tamas it is total. Total means not 100%, total means 95%. Still there is something, because we get a little joy. So nothing is absolute in this world. It's all mixture of what is predominant. Let's see, here it is there. Whatever is predominant, we call it rajas or sattva. So we can overcome that, taking the help of that remaining 5% sattva and rajas. So that is why it's not totally hopeless. It has some hope. So it's only what is predominant, that is the quality that we call. And no tamas to be born of ignorance, stupefying all embodied beings. It binds fast, O descendant of Bharata, by miscomprehension, indolence, and sleep. So these are the signs. Here means not to think. And like when somebody is telling us, yeah, it is very good, you study this one. I don't need. So that's also kind of tamas. So when we don't want to be awakened, it's because of our tardity or our indolence. So that is tamas. So sattva, rajas and tamas. I think. So let us revise, so then we can. So we have in the beginning 2 shlokas, Bhagavan has given the importance why this chapter is important because this will take us to the nature of the divine. One can attain the nature of divine by going through this chapter. That's a yoga. And then, third, fourth, what is the process? How this is not separate from this world. It is the divine reflection, the chidabhasa, because of which whatever is happening. It's not other than God. It is within the creative imagination of God. So this Srishti is not other than God, it is the same divine who is manifesting in these various forms. It's not other than. But how he entangles, how he creates this universe, it is because of three gunas. I should not say qualities, three gunas, binding forces. What is that? It illumines something and it puts us desire within us to enjoy, and then we are entangled, then we are engaged in activities, and then when it grossifies, then we are put to sleep, as it were. So the attachment is full. Tamastu ajnanajam viddhi sattam rajas tama iti gunaha prakriti sambhava. So these three gunas are born of Prakriti. How Prakriti works? Because of three gunas. One is restful, one is activity, one is illuminating. And this way Prakriti binds us. And what Sattva does? Because it is revealing, so it reveals something. And it gives us joy. It gives us knowledge. And Rajas, because of desire, because of Trishna, that means that sense of absence by which and which we want to overcome, so that is Trishna. We feel something is absent and then we want to procure it, that is Trishna. And that entangles us. And last is the tamas. That tamas is ignorance, stupefying all embodied beings. Mohanam means it confuses. Mohayati, how it deludes. Pramad alasya, and pramad alasya is it's a gross example that pramad means one confuses oneself, and alasya means indolence. By miscomprehension, indolence and sleep. And nibadnati, this way a person is bound. So if we know the reason, the cause of our bondage, then we can go above that. That is the topic that Sri Krishna has brought before us, and then he will take us forward. Okay, any question? Oh, say, yeah.
Here in Agaba, the golden room, is that the same room that they're talking about?
Yes,
in
yes.
Sloka 3?
Yeah. Hiranyagarbha is another name, golden womb, because from there everything springs up, so that's why golden womb. And Mahat also like that. Mahat means when this, the whole world crumbles and absorbs in one, that state. Or from there it springs up again. Okay, we'll say our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. One announcement, next week I'll be away, so there will be no class. After that we have one in December, Swami Vimohananda is coming, so we'll have a satsang and also a talk on Sunday. Not next Sunday, but Sunday next. Okay. Yes.
Sitaram Om Radha Krishna Om Sharada Ram Krishna Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, and now I see. The Lord has promised good to me. His word my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. When we've been here 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less praise to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Namaste, Swami.
Namaste. Jai Ma.
Jai Ma, Jai Ma.